Yo, what up guys, it's your boy Williams Fitness back again with another video. So, obviously by now a lot of you have seen Brad Castleberry on the Generation 9 interview, Natty or Not. Now, this is nothing to do with Generation 9, it's solely specifically on what Bradley said in that interview. And it's not a trolling video either. Kenny's doing one of them. Probably by the time this is live, his is live. It's probably definitely worth you going over and having a watch of that. Now, the thing I want to touch on with this, I thought what Brad said was very logical. The things he was saying made sense 90% of the time. Some of the shit he says is just playing up to the camera. But, like, oh, you can't get a physique like this if you take steroids. Well, you kind of can, Brad, that's the sort of point. But I thought the message he was trying to get across made sense. I have trolled Brad a lot. I think most of us in the industry have done that. But respect to him for, obviously, when guys are coming up to him and quizzing him on, oh, I take tren, I take this, I take that, and he's saying, look, don't stay natural, stay, think of health, think of longevity, think of life. I've got to back that message. I've got to, I can't troll Brad for saying that, whether he's on something or not. Personally, I think he is, but at least he's putting the message across about health and longevity, whilst obviously he's faking the weight. So, my thoughts on if Brad Castleberry's natty or not. Obviously, I did the video yesterday with regards to bodybuilders thinking that Cammy's giving advice on steroids constantly after they've done a few cycles, or even if they've been in the game 40 fucking years. I still don't think any bodybuilder should be giving any advice when it comes to any steroids to anybody. That's just my opinion on it, because it's just bro science. Just because you've taken it for so long, it does not make you an expert on it. You're an expert on you, and you taking it on yourself. So there's no justification in you telling people this. If you say, oh, this is what I did to get to here, that's it's by the by. But if you're saying, oh no, you should be taking this, this, and this, and then with that you need to take this, this, and this, that's what I don't buy into. That's bullshit. But yeah, you know what? It was. I can't believe I'm saying this. For a Generation 9 interview, it was alright, Generation 9 are still dickheads, can't stand them. Obviously, you've probably all seen that they've just tried to copyright Nick Strength and Power. Of all fucking people. I did watch the Nick Strength and Power video, and yeah, it was quite funny. It was just sick and tired of fucking hearing about Generation 9. But anyway, by the by, long story short, like I said, I think it was a good interview with regards to the things that Brad came up with, because me and Mark Lowblind were talking about Brad Castleberry a few weeks ago, and Mark was under the impression that he's not quite all there. And I get where he's coming from, because apparently when he's doing the boom and all this shit, he's like that, like when there's no cameras around and there's not, like, when it's just like normal people. So I don't know, maybe he's not quite all there. Maybe we've been trolling someone and technically we've bullied him. I fucking hope not. Because that's the last thing I want to be known as, a fucking YouTube bully. But do you know what? I back quite a bit that he said. I can't wait for the Kenny video, because I know he's just going to troll the fuck out of him. That's what Kenny does best. But I agree with most of the things that Brad said. I agree with the living healthy. I agree with the fact that a lot of the guys that are going to him have probably only been training for a few years. The things I don't agree with is the fake weights. Things I don't agree with is, I don't think he might be natural now. I genuinely don't think he's been natural the whole time he's been training. But again, it's the Simian Panda arguments. Brad Castleberry and Simian Panda, their physiques have never changed. They've been that size for 5-6 years each. So there is an argument to maybe that they took steroids to get to that point, maybe, and now they're just leveled out. Who knows? But I respect Brad for putting out the message that health is more important than the vanity side of it. He didn't obviously use the word vanity, but he was using things and the analogies along the lines of you know, looking a certain way for so long instead of, living longer, and losing people around you, which is a very good point. It's not a case of you dying. You might actually lose people around you just because of the shit that you're taking. There is an argument for roid rage, but personally, what I think roid rage is it's an overextended part of your confidence. So, this is just my personal opinion. My opinion on roid rage is a simple fact that your testosterone level goes up, your confidence level goes up with that because you know that you've got test in your system, and this is always a fact. Any guy that's been on cycle will know the second you know that you're on cycle, it's almost like a placebo effect. In your head, you train harder, you work harder, you diet better, because you don't want to waste what you've just taken. You don't want to waste the time and the money that you've just put into whatever cycle you've bought. So obviously your testosterone level goes up, you're like, yeah. And then your confidence level goes up because it's like, yes, I'm on cycle, I'm going to get bigger. And I think that's where the roid rage comes in. I think you overextend yourself. So if you are prone to roid rage, I think that's just an overextension of your personality and you're a cunt. I genuinely think that if you lash out and kick off, I just think that's naturally in you. That's naturally in you as a person to do that. You're overconfident, and that's just what you do. When you get to this level, I don't think you can just put it all down to steroids. I'm going off on one here, aren't I? My point is, I did like the interview. It was a good interview. Questions were shit, but Brad hit home the message in that short segment of that. This is a typical Generation 9 interview. It was probably an hour long, and they've gone, we'll use this bit. This bit's the clickbait bit. This is the bit that everybody wants to see. We'll make it just over 10 minutes so we can put more adverts in it, and we'll rinse everybody that we interview. And these bodybuilders are not clicking on. They are not clicking on whatsoever. They did it on Matt Truck not long ago. They've just anybody pick one. Like Danny Hester, they fucking threw Lee. They threw Lee in the mix on that. It's bullshit. Anyway, on that note, good interview. I respect Brad for what he said. I respect the health, the longevity side of it. Natty or not, don't think he's been natural his entire career. That's by the by. We can do Natty or not all day long. That's not me. That's not my channel. That's Kenny's. But definitely go and check out Kenny's video, because no doubt he will have done a troll video on this, which will probably be fucking hilarious as normal. And that's my boy. I love Kenny. On that note, guys, if you haven't already, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the little notification bell, and please, would you drop us a follow on Instagram? Like, I say this all the time, my Instagram game is like, it's getting there, and I'm putting most of my stuff that I talk about on there before on here, so you kind of get a sort of a preview of what's going to come. And I do question times on there, so I'll probably do a question time about what video or topic you want me to talk on next. So go over to Instagram, drop me a follow, drop a comment below if you want to talk about something, or if you want me to discuss another video, or if you want me to interview anybody else. On that note, guys, I've been me, you've been you. Peace.